For project 10-1, you first need to make sure that you download the document called Lesson 10 from Canvas, and that's got all the projects 1 through 4 in it. And so when you bring it up, it might have this SFA grades worksheet selected, but we want to work with this first one, so SFA grades import, so make sure you select that. Okay, what we have here is a bunch of information that was maybe exported from a website, and we've got last name, first name, initial, student number, and 3 different grades, maybe for 3 different tests that they took. But it's all clumped into one cell or one column, and we want to separate it out so that we can do some things to it. So we're going to select from A4 down to A41 all of this information, and we're going to come up here to the Data tab and click this button, Text to Columns. We want to start separating this text into different columns, different cells. So delimited, we have different characters in between this information, so we're going to use that. Click Next. Now it defaults to tab, meaning we want it to separate all the information wherever there's a tab. And we don't have any tabs, so it's not going to separate the information. So let's select something else. We do have commas in between all the names and numbers and letters. So let's select comma, and there's also a space after the comma. So we're going to go comma and space, deselect tab. Now what it's doing is saying wherever there's a comma and a space, we're going to separate it into a separate column, which it kind of previews for us right here. And that looks right, so we're going to click Next. We're not going to mess with anything here, just use the general settings. Click Finish, and now see it separated all that information. Wherever it saw a comma and a space, separated it into a different column. And that way we can start to sort this information, maybe alphabetically by last name, or we can filter it by grades, because now they're all in separate columns. So that makes it a lot easier to use. So that's a nice option if you ever find data clumped together. Now, last thing is we're going to give these titles. We're going to put headings in each column. So this one is the last name, so type last, and tab, first, tab, initial for their middle initial, tab, ID number, so just type ID, and then we've got final, like a final grade, a quarter grade, and a semester grade. So now we can really start filtering because we have those titles up there. It makes it a lot easier to understand the data and to manipulate it. That's it for this one. Save it and move on to the next.